League they can't start.
Premier League, the season they can't start. That's why we are here.
No, we still know we win the thing. Yes, still we win the thing. We make happy, but another
I
season.
say you didn't rep your team. You didn't rep our maybe so.
The champions,
Yeah,
the champions for rep.
Charlie, the new season they can't start.
Oh yeah.
There's been so many signings. The preseason too. Like
exactly.
Results came.
Exactly.
Do you think your team? Do you think Arsenal is ready? Do you think they will take the league again? Looking at the signings and everything, do you think like the team is ready, and do you think the league will commence like the way it should, or there should be changes?
Okay. You asked me two questions in one.
Yeah.
The first one be, do I think Arsenal is ready? That question be difficult to answer, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel say Arsenal do, like, if you talk the transfer market, and then do like 75% of what they expect. They left a little more than Charlie. We finish Reta.
Really?
Today, from the time of shooting, we hear say a deal has been agreed for Ezri Konsa.
Yeah.
Of course, Arsenal needed another defender, because if you watch the Community Shield match, there was only one fit defender on the bench for Arsenal, and that one self was a left back. If you are, like we always say last season, Arsenal they might defensive win them the league. Now, if you enter into a season where two of that back four be injured for close to 3 months, probably even December before you go see either Jurgen Timber or William Saliba on the picture, it'd be important to see the team for strengthening the defense. You know, if you go into the season taking such risk. And for those of you listening, I feel like this today, the transfer Arsenal have just done, it foretell we the difference between someone like Mikel Arteta and someone like Arsene Wenger. Or we go fit talk and say the times then we did right now with regards to Arsenal, and the times we used to be 15 or 10 years ago with Arsene Wenger. Because had it been Arsene Wenger, I go feel sure you say like you no go sign anybody. You see the new kid coming up, Mali Salmon.
Yeah.
Like he go play him. He go target out for like the 3 months and wait for Saliba to be fit. But as Arteta has watched the surroundings, he's seen what is going on. He's seen that other teams are not resting. People they spend 120 million on defender. People they spend on midfielder. Sorry, people they spend money 50 million on defender. I say nah, we cannot rest on our laurels. So he's going for a proven, ready-made centre back. And I feel, of all the statements, of all the signings we've made, that signing was the major statement in the summer, that he's not going to rest on his laurels. He's not going to take chances. He's not going to leave room for the redundancy. He's going to start on a high, and he's going to go for ready-made players, because every concept between 28, proven and tested, very experienced player for Aston Villa. Just recently, you go the World Cup plus England. So yeah, that be the kind of thinking you from the signing you go see Mikel Arteta they give you.
I see where you're coming from, but don't you think like him giving the kids, the boys, like you mentioned, Salmon? Don't you think him giving them the chance to is going to like help the team with depth?
It's going to help the team with depth. That's why if you check in preseason, he has given them the time. He has given them the signing. But you see, there's a grey area with this, with dealing with these youngsters. If you overplay them too, it will affect them. Look at Pedri right now. He no go fit play 2 months consistently, because he was overplayed when he first broke through.
Yeah, that's
so with kids, they are very delicate, and you have to take your time with them. And I like how Arteta has managed the kids in Arsenal so far. A player like Miles Lewis-Kelly, he started the season, then they get some play. Last season they started. They get some play. People they talk say, why Arteta they give kids opportunity, but at the end of the season, the Champions League final they start.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
You see, I like the way he's managing the kids. He's taking his time with them. He's picking their moments. Because if you listen to Miles Lewis-Kelly interview, he say he started training as midfielder since last year December, but Arteta never played him there till May. So
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, so you see, for me, I felt it would have been a risk. Though Mali Salmon has impressed, for me, the whole preseason, he be the player who impressed me the most. He's impressed so much in preseason, but he no go take risk on him. Keeping him, even playing him right now will be too much pressure on the kid. And we know what pressure can do to kids at this age. It can break them or even destroy their career before it even begins. So I hear that side saying we should try the kids more, but I feel in his time, you look at the kids that have come through, Ethan Nwaneri, Miles Lewis-Kelly,
Dalman.
the Max Dalman area, he's managed them very well. So for me, I feel he's doing the right thing with them. Yeah.
Okay. And I from what you just said, I know you are happy with the signings.
Oh yeah, I'm happy.
Especially
Bruno
the attackers.
Guimaraes. Charlie
You
Bruno
don't need-
Guimaraes.
you don't need any
Cholis.
attackers.
Christian Cholis was
Yes,
one.
yes.
He was relatively unknown. So far, he's impressed.
so far,
he's
yeah.
impressed with what you've seen. The Community Shield, had it not been Martin Odegaard, he would have been my man of the match. So for me,
Two assists, that's really impressive.
Exactly.
That's
So I've
really
been impressed. I hope he continues. But like I said, we do only 75% of the work. I still think we need something in attack. And the reason being this. Last season, Arsenal's attack was very poor.
Yeah, that's true.
Very, very
I mean,
poor.
we had Gyökeres, but he didn't live
Exactly.
up to
Joker, even
what we
Gyökeres, you
expected.
can say at the end of the season he was a club top scorer.
Yeah, that's
so you go if you beat them too much. But if you look at the wide areas, you go look at the numbers these PSG guys they give. I mean, if you look at PSG's wingers,
yeah.
the PSG's wingers, all their wingers, Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, if we can consider Dembele a winger, Bakola, combined, they score more goals than Arsenal's wingers combined in the league. They scored more goals in the Champions League than Arsenal's wingers scored in the league combined. Do you know how crazy that stat is? So that for tell we say, Charlie, if your standard PSG, if they are probably right now we agree they are the best team in Europe. If that's your standard, then you compare yourself to them. And if Arsenal has something to improve, is the wingers. So they've brought in Christos Cholis. From what you are hearing, Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli might leave. Ethan Waneri might also leave. So I do think there's still something to be done in that attack. Since I'm not sure we can rely on our defense. We can rely on our defense because of the two big injuries as spoken. We cannot put all our eggs in that basket anymore. So I feel if we get one more winger, it will help. It made no sense. It made more sense if we go in for Vinicius Junior. It was very ambitious, but I like how the club was serious with it. And for how people might not know is he agreed to the deal.
Yeah, he did.
He agreed to the package. His agents agreed to the Arsenal's package, but in the end, Madrid did what they had to do to keep him at the club. And kudos to Madrid.
You will do what you have to do to keep a player like Vinicius Junior.
Madrid did what they had to do to keep him at the club, and he stayed. So you move on. So if you don't get Vinicius Junior, I mean, you must at least get one more attacker to augment the attack and then put us in full flight for the season. Yeah.
So back to my question. So you are thinking Arsenal will repeat it
for sure. And honestly, if I'm not being biased, my confidence in Arsenal winning the league has more to do with what is going on in the other teams than what is going on.
That was going to be the second question because we watched the Shield, right?
Yeah.
And we saw how City played.
Exactly.
Do you think this is how they are coming to play in the league, or it was just the Shield, so they were trying something new, or it was because of the new coach and everything? What do you think about that match?
Look, it was expected. I mean, anyone who has followed football for long will know that one, if you have a new manager, it is very, very difficult during his first few games. Two, if you have a new manager coming at the back of a very successful regime, it is even more difficult. So Maresca always had a tough task on his hands. Now, added to the tough task be the fact say three of these major players, three of his key players in the team, no go dey. Three of the key parts of the last regime that made them successful.
Because someone was saying that
exactly.
Pep has laid down the foundation. So all he has to do is step into Pep's footsteps and use Pep's tactics.
No, he's not.
But then there's the case where Pep's big players that he used,
yes,
they are all
the
good.
main players, Bernardo Silva. You see, people discount the value Bernardo Silva brought to the team. There's a reason why every summer since 2019, Bernardo Silva has been linked with a move away from Manchester City. But at the end of the summer, he stays because Pep knows the value of Bernardo Silva to him.
That's true.
He knows how important he is. And if you study for the past 3 seasons, anytime City have put together a big push for the title in the last 3 months of the season, Bernardo Silva has been key. He has always stepped up and had good form for the last 3 months of the season to help City end the season on a high. So if such a figure is leaving your team, it's a very, very, very big loss. Also, you can speak of other players like Rodri. We cannot say much about that, but the name speaks for itself. Very, very solid player. One of probably the best player in the world right now, but the best midfielder in the world right now. He's leaving your side. Then you have another figure like John Stones, Nathan Ake. Other figures like John Stones and Nathan Ake, who are very, very key to Pep's success in the last 10 years.
That's true.
Now they have left. So any manager walking into that situation is going to face a huge task. We can always speak about Elliot Anderson coming in, but he's just had a long summer with England. His very first game is against Arsenal. So, I mean, Maresca, it will take time for him to get things right. But I will say the Community Shield match showed him that he has his work cut out for him, and it's not going to be an easy ride. So he has he now knows the magnitude of the job ahead of him. So yeah. So for going back to your question, my confidence in Arsenal winning the league has more to do with what is going on in the other teams, because the top 5 contenders are all going to start the season with new managers.
Yes. So I was going to ask.
Yes.
I was really going to ask that. Now that we've seen Man City, moving on from Man City, looking at all the signings that the other teams are doing, what team do you think is going to like compete with Arsenal? Now that you are saying Arsenal will take it again.
Yeah, I'm very confident Arsenal.
What team do you think will actually put up a fight against Arsenal?
Well, if I look at what United are doing, I really, really like the kind of improvements they've made in the summer. I like how they are playing. It's like they ended the season on a high, and then they've done a bit to improve what is going on. They lost a key figure in Casemiro. A player like Ugarte has been deemed surplus to requirements. Before they lost to these two guys, they needed a midfielder. They've brought in Yuri Tielemans, they've brought in Andre Santos. Yuri Tielemans for experience, Andre Santos for his potential.
Tielemans is a really good player.
Now they are bringing in, from today, we are hearing they are nearing a deal for a Carlos Baleba, who is very solid addition, and is exactly what they need, because they need a ball winner in the middle of the park. They need that defensive midfielder in the middle of the park. So I think United are doing well to improve their squad. Last season they finished third. They are going to be playing Champions League football season. They know the number of games. They are not going to be playing 40 games like they did last season. The games have increased, so they needed to do more in the summer, given the added responsibilities they have, and they've done that. So United, they are one to watch for the season. I do feel they have improved upon what they did last season. So we still have to see what they have. Let's not also forget, last season they made very good signings in Benjamin Sesko, Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha. These 3 players, after 1 year's adaptation at the club, I expected to even be better next year. So I really have a key eye on what United are doing, and I like what the trend they pose. I also have to mention Chelsea, given the fact that they'll be playing 1 game a week, and also their manager, whom I rate highly. I rate Alonso highly. The issue with Chelsea, I think, is, for me, I do feel they've lost 2 of their best defenders in these 2 guys, Marco Kurela and Trevor Chalobah. They've brought in 3 new defenders, so maybe that might take something out of their team for the start of the season. But Chelsea have a good manager in Jabi Alonso. I like the attack so much. They finally found, in that 3-4-3 system, he's finally found a balance in his attack. Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers behind Joao Pedro, who is in brilliant form through pre-season. It gives something to excite the fans ahead of the season. So I like what Chelsea are doing so far too. But Manchester United, for me, I have a key eye on them. Yeah.
All right. Because everybody's saying Chelsea has no European Cup to play.
They're playing 1 game a week.
Put all their effort into the league. So I think we should look out for Chelsea though.
Yes.
All right. So now moving on to the other predictions. La Liga. What do you think is taking the La Liga?
Oh, Charlie, La Liga is straightforward. It's pretty much straightforward. Look, for La Liga,
because there's the 2 top teams in La Liga.
Yes,
they've all done amazing
business. But
So
Henry, this is my point about La Liga, and this is my point about what I realized from La Liga last season. I watched a lot of La Liga last season. Actually, I watched Madrid games a lot, but one thing I noticed about last season was this: the 2 top teams in La Liga, Madrid, Barcelona, they cancelled out each other. They cancelled out each other on basically almost everything. The one thing I see Barcelona have over Madrid is control. Barcelona know how to control games. Last season, Barcelona won 19 out of 19 league games at home. They lost only 6 games away from home. And if you watch the leagues, out of the 6 games they lost, I think 2 was in the last 3 games where they had already won the league. Where they are basically already won the league. So you could say that is 4 games out of. You understand?
That's true.
And the reason why they do that is not because they are a lot better than Madrid. It's because when Barcelona go to these smaller clubs, they are able to control the game. And that keeps them in the game for as long as possible. For Madrid, one criticism I've had of them since Toni Kroos left is they've not had that player at the middle of the park to calm things things down and to control
the
games.
games. Yeah, that's true.
Especially against the smaller sides. So when the smaller sides are frustrating, you need someone to help you keep the ball. Madrid do not have that.
Personally, I think the attackers Madrid have is they are the ones that like try to control the whole game. So it's like even when the midfielders try to slow the game down, they are calling for passes. They want to run. They want
because these guys are all players who play on the shoulder.
Yes.
So that's one thing. That's one thing I noticed about Madrid, and it made sense when about a month ago they were linked with Rodri, because I felt, look, after Bernardo Silva joining the club, this is what they needed. They needed someone to control the games, to be that calm head in the middle of the park. But then all of a sudden, I think they flapped that and Barcelona got Rodri. Barcelona got Rodri. For me, personally, standing here right now, I sat in my room thinking, look, per my analysis, after Barca have got Rodri over the line, I don't think it doesn't matter what Madrid do in the summer, in the window anymore. I do think Barcelona just have the upper hand, because Barcelona are a club that are able to control games, because you look at their midfield, Pedri, Marc Bernal, Marc Casado, these guys, Fermin Lopez, Dani Olmo. Now they are adding one more guy who is a master at that art, controlling games to their midfield, and they are even going to be far better than that. People speak about Barcelona needing an attacker, Julian Alvarez and all that, but I feel once Barcelona have Rodri in the middle of the park, and let's not forget, Pedri is also a good controller, but what Rodri has that Pedri doesn't have is the fact that Rodri, in addition to being able to control games, has that ability, has that presence in midfield. He's a unit. And that is one thing Pedri didn't have. If you watch Pedri a lot, you see that he gets bundle of the ball quite a lot. You cannot do that with Rodri. So that is one advantage I feel Barcelona have over Madrid going to the season. And Madrid, look, Rodri is going to be a big miss for them this season. And as the season goes, they are going to see how much of a big miss he is. Because they'll be counting on Bernardo Silva to do the control in the middle of the park. But I do not think Bernardo Silva is enough. I thought they should have got Rodri in addition, and they didn't get him. But it's all old news now, and I feel that's where the La Liga title will be won. It's an exciting start to the season. We've already had the Community Shield. We've already had some of the Super Cups being played. We've had the European Super Club. PSG won it. Let's enjoy the season. For this season, a lot of clubs are doing good business. Let's just see how it all unfolds for every team. And yeah, we hope at the end of the season, of course, Arsenal will win the league again. Probably at the Champions League, we don't know. It might happen to you, Charlie.
All right. So I was going to take your prediction on the Champions League, but I know you will take Arsenal. So.
Honestly, for the Champions League, we'll have to wait for the season, the tournament to start better than we talk about. But the top six for the league, I feel my top six is Arsenal as winners. I'll have United as second, City at third, Liverpool fourth, Chelsea fifth, Spurs sixth, sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, that's my prediction for the top six.
All right. Charlie, Ellie.
Henry.